Whether you're venturing down the minimalist rabbit hole or you simply need some cleaning and organizing motivation, decluttering is often the first step to simplifying your life. Watch this video, declutter with me if that works for you, and I'm going to show you 10 easy items that you can declutter from your home right now to give yourself a jump start for cleaning and organizing your home. So come on, and let's get started. My name is Melanie and I'm your professional organizer and productivity consultant. What does that even mean? Hey fam, welcome back to I Speak Organized. If you're new here, my name is Melanie Summers. I'm your professional organizer, decluttering expert, and productivity-based life coach. I like to speak organized to give you the tools to conquer your clutter, live life with more purpose, and learn all about the business of tidying. Can we just take a second to admire my new piece of artwork here? I've got an abstract crayon drawing for you, toddler original, so don't be too distracted by it. Okay, anyway, mom life. So the school season is back in full swing here, and I'm sure you are experiencing some level of a little bit more structure in your routine as well. And so it's extra important that we take the time to get rid of all of those little inconveniences that can slow us down and make our daily routines and our lives a little bit less efficient. These are things that definitely don't need to be in your space. These 10 items are very easy to get rid of. And we often overlook them because it just sort of becomes a habit to be annoyed and put those things off and not deal with them. But we're not going to do that today. We're actually going to dig in and get ourselves a nice big full box of donations to get out the door, get some stuff in the trash and recycling, and get rid of those little annoyances and just feel how nice it is to declutter some of that easy surface stuff. Before we get into that, let's talk about a few special offers. Do me a quick favor, however you are here today, look at the screen of your device and tap that little subscribe button so that you can join the speaker fam. I would be honored to have you along on this journey to living a more organized and productive life. I am putting out new content on my YouTube channel and the podcast every single week. And if you're looking to start or level up a professional organizing business, I'm your go-to gal for all things business startup, so be sure to check out the playlist Becoming a Professional Organizer, and if you're watching on YouTube, I'll link it in the card up here for you to go check it out at the end of this episode. If you're ready to truly live a more organized and productive lifestyle, but you don't know where to start, I encourage you to check out my super affordable life coaching course, Better Habits in 30 Days. It lays out easy to follow daily routines and tons of 10-minute cleaning and decluttering ideas so you can beat procrastination, get control of your space, and have healthier daily habits in just 30 days. All of my YouTube viewers get a special discount using the code EARLYBIRD2022. So if you're ready for a chance to create real change in your life and kick some chaos to the curb, go ahead and check out the link down in the description of the video or the show notes of the podcast. There will also be info in the pinned comment on YouTube. And if you have big decluttering and organizing projects that you've been putting off, I encourage you to go down to the description and check out my Decluttering Roadmap. It's my signature 6-step process to declutter and organize any space, no matter how overwhelming it may seem. It's the exact process that I use with my clients, and needless to say, it works. So go down and snag that freebie in the description of the YouTube video, pinned comment, or in the show notes. All right, fam, now we're gonna dive into the 10 items that you can go on a treasure hunt for through your home. So you can either take me with you and do this now, or after you watch or listen to this episode, you can go ahead and see what you can come up with for that donation box in the trash bin. Okay, so number 1 on this list is unidentifiable items in drawers. The junk drawer is generally a culprit for this. Your nightstand, office desk drawers random kitchen drawers, things like that. So go ahead, pick a room and pick a drawer and get started. And so we actually don't have a junk drawer in our house. I have kind of outlawed them. I have this thing in our kitchen that sits on the side of the family command center where we keep all of these little out of place items or little extras. It often accumulates a lot of really random junk. So anything that you can't tell what it is, if it's a random cord that you've been holding on to just in case, if you haven't needed it now and you didn't need it 6 months ago, the chances of you needing it 6 months from now is very slim. So just go ahead and get rid of it. You can take things like that to be recycled for free at Staples or Best Buy. A lot of office stores will take those types of items to recycle for you. If you have random buttons that you're not using, you can get rid of those. I happen to have a whole surplus of earbud covers. I don't know how we accumulated so many of these, but we definitely do not need as many as we have. And so I'm gonna just choose to keep one pair or one set and then get rid of the rest. You may also come across stuff that doesn't actually live in that drawer and it lives somewhere else. You can create a little pile of those things to take to where they actually belong once you're all done sorting through everything at the end. And so I have my little pile of stuff that doesn't need to be here anymore that I'm just gonna toss. And then I have a few things that need to be put somewhere else. All right, number 2 on this list is trash and old products from your purse. So go ahead, grab your bag, bring it over to the floor or the table or whatever, and just turn it over and dump it out if you're into that. Otherwise, you can just start pulling stuff out and see what you can find. And you may have receipts in there, gum wrappers, old hairpins, broken hair ties, old contacts, lenses, dirty contact lens cases that you never use, old makeup or chapstick that has been sitting in the bottom of your purse for a long time. Just whatever it is, anything that is obvious trash, just go ahead and ditch it right away. And there's a lot of things that we accumulate in those places that actually belong somewhere else that we may have been looking for a really long time. And having all that extra visual clutter can be very distracting and slow us down throughout our transition periods. In my work bag, I've got a few things that are sort of out of place. This is one of those routines that I try to do once a week at least, and so it doesn't actually take all that long if you do this more often. And you will find that you end up losing things a lot less if you're taking inventory of what is in your purse or backpack. All right, number 3 on this list is singles. So we're looking for items that are part of a pair but don't have a match and haven't had a match for some time. And you have to get realistic with yourself. If you have a giant trash bag full of socks that have been awaiting mates for several weeks to months or years, it may be a good idea, and I talk about this all the time, to simplify your sock collection. Pick just 1 to 2 colors and styles, and that way you never have to match socks again, and that will kind of help with this particular problem. There are other items that have matches that may be missing things like jewelry. Earrings are a good example of one. Tupperware containers, the lid that may be missing the bottom or vice versa. So go through, pick a category of items. Socks is a really good one to start with. It's really worth it to just go ahead and get rid of those, ditch them, recycle them, toss them, whatever it takes, because the chances of you finding everything, finding all the matches is very slim. And even if you do, are you realistically going to make the time to go and search for all of those matches throughout your house, to look underneath every single couch cushion or underneath every single chair or the bed or whatever? Are you realistically going to take the time to do that? Just give yourself a little bit of grace and the ability to start fresh with something like that. I went through my jewelry. This is something, again, that I try to do somewhat often, and I was able to find some rings in there that don't fit me, that never will fit me. They're always going to be too big, and I'm not going to take the time to get them resized or anything like that. So out they go, and a few earrings that I don't like, as well as some that don't have matches. Number 4 on this list is to go and open up that spice cabinet and get rid of expired spices. Now, I know that you can cook with expired spices. There's nothing wrong with that per se. It really just comes down to having a little bit less potency of flavor with stale expired spices. But if you find that you aren't using certain spices that have been sitting in your cabinet for a really long time, and having an overabundance of visual clutter is causing you to buy duplicates, triples, quadruples of certain spices because you forget that you already have some, it's a really good idea to just thin out your collection, even if you think they're perfectly good and you could use them. Again, it's really just about having a reset moment, creating a better streamlined experience, and then also treating yourself to fresh spices that actually taste good in your food rather than insisting on using a spice that has gone bad. It happens to all of us. Just go ahead and get rid of them. It's okay. Moving right along on this list, number 5 are duplicate kitchen gadgets. I've heard the argument before that you never can find a measuring cup when you need one, and so you have extras on hand just in case. And what ends up happening again is that you have an overabundance of visual clutter, which makes it more difficult to find the things that you need when you're having to dig through that giant heaping mess inside your drawer. It really is better to designate a specific home for something instead of trying to buy multiples of things. If you have, let's say, 2 spatulas like I do here, they're exactly the same, they're identical. You can stick one in your camping gear. We've often done that before when we find duplicates. But if you have 3 can openers, you're probably not going to need to have multiple can openers in the same drawer. So go ahead and donate one. Number 6 on this list are pens that don't work. So again, you can pick a drawer, a pen cup sitting on your desk, wherever you like to keep those things, grab a stack, stick it down on the table next to you with a piece of paper, and just start testing out your pens. This is a really easy one to do. You can do this in 5 to 10 minutes and get rid of all of the pens that are used up, dried, cracked, chewed on, missing caps, any pencils that have no erasers, things like that. Writing utensils that are just completely useless, just ditch them. Again, it's okay. And it's one that doesn't take very long and is super easy to do. Number 7 on this list are knickknacks. Dust traps, things that you get really annoyed with every time you knock them over while you're cleaning. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. You go to the windowsill to dust everything and you end up knocking a whole bunch of stuff over that you don't even really like, and you wonder why it's still there. It makes your cleaning routine a lot more smooth and simple and much faster if you're not having to pick up all those little things to move them every single time you dust. So do yourself a favor, thin out that knickknack collection, and you will thank me later. Number 8 on this list are email subscriptions. And while they don't take up physical space, they take up a lot of mental space, and they take up gigs in your email storage provider. You only have to do this for 5 or 10 minutes and just hit that unsubscribe button. It feels really good to do that. I send people emails and I really don't get offended if you want to declutter your email inbox and unsubscribe from my emails. That's completely okay. A lot of marketers come to expect that anyway. So just go ahead, unsubscribe, and have a lot less mental clutter as well, which is arguably more important than the physical stuff. Once our mental space is clearer, sometimes that helps us feel more motivated to tackle the easier physical stuff. Number 9 on this list are receipts you don't need. So go ahead, empty out your purse again, your wallet, go through those drawers. If you keep them attached to the fridge, sometimes my husband will put up a receipt or a package slip or something on our refrigerator, and then it just kind of goes unnoticed after a while. So our fridge has all kinds of crap all over it, and so I like to go through and kind of thin it out a little bit every once in a while to have a quick look through them and just make sure you don't need anything, and then stick them right in the recycling. And number 10, the final thing to declutter from your life easily right now is guilt. Get rid of the guilt that comes with decluttering and organizing your space, especially if you find yourself feeling very sentimental about certain things, or you received a gift, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, you fear that you're going to be judged if you're getting rid of something that you just got or that you never used. Maybe you have clothing in the closet that still has tags on it that you've completely forgotten about, and now it's not your style or it doesn't fit or whatever. It is okay. Again, give yourself some grace to start fresh. And so this is a perfect opportunity for you to practice decluttering the guilt. It is okay. We all go through these experiences. I deal with these scenarios with several of these items that we talked about today all the time. Every single session practically. And so you just know that it's very, very common for all of us, including a professional organizer. I go through this process in my own home frequently. The ultimate goal is to have a space that is set up to support my daily routine and makes it efficient for me to find what I need to get in and out of the house to help me get through my busy day with the least amount of chaos and stress possible. And that's what I want for you, and that should be the ultimate goal for yourself because that's what you deserve. And so just declutter the guilt. You don't need it. All right, fam, that's gonna wrap it up. That's 10 really super simple decluttering ideas, items that you can get rid of and out of your house right now with very little stress and guilt, and maybe just spend 5 or 10 minutes on one of these categories today. Maybe you wanna tackle all 10 of them and really challenge yourself to fill up a couple of trash bags or fill up a big donation box. I actually was able to fill up a nice big donation box while filming this video today, so it was a great motivator for me as well. I hope it was motivating for you. And don't forget to check out all of the goodies down in the description of the video or the show notes. Don't forget to subscribe. If you got value out of this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. I would so appreciate it. And go ahead and comment down below and let me know what it is you're going to be working on, which number you're going to work on getting rid of things. Or if you have any additional ideas, we would love to hear it. And beyond that, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next one.